Hello, my name is Abby, and there are a few things in this world that I'm really passionate about. Running, food, and mental health. But over the past few months, I've been battling my mind in a way like I never have before. Anxiety, stress, OCD, it all started taking over my life. And I'm ready to take my life back. I want to become stronger. I want to become faster. I want to become freer than I ever have. And I want to show you that you can too. Even when it feels impossible, even when you can't see the finish line, all you have to do is keep showing up. Okay friends, it is currently 2:42 p.m. and I am not hungry. This happens pretty much daily. I'll eat breakfast and then I lose all motivation to eat lunch. I don't know if it's an OCD pattern. I don't know if it's truly my body just not being hungry. I know I should be hungry after my workouts, but the fact that I ran 8 miles and did my hip and glute activation stuff and I'm still sitting here telling you that I'm not hungry is kind of hard, honestly. It's an important meal because I need to refuel my body after my workout if I don't want to feel like crap. So this is present me making a decision for future me to eat. I don't know if any of you guys have ever struggled with that, but let me know in the comments below if you've ever had this problem, and if so, how did you get over it? How did you make lunch an exciting meal to eat? I'm going to have the pad thai that my lovely boyfriend Ethan so kindly made for the week. We'll just do a little bowl of that for right now and call it good. At least it's better than nothing. Yes, I do refuse to use the microwave. If you sat me down and asked me what it feels like to live with anxiety, OCD, and what I now know to be a pretty bad eating disorder that I've been battling for 6 years, I don't think I would have an answer right away. But after overthinking it for about 3 hours, I'd probably say something like this.
I just slept until 10. I forgot to set an alarm. And no, it is 10 a.m. That sucks. But I'm not gonna let it spiral me today.
No, not that silly. I would probably say something like, it feels like there's a little bug inside your head. It suddenly decides it's president of your mind and body, and it starts creating all these black and white rules that you have to follow. You don't know why, you just do.
You know, when the workout's so tough, you just gotta let out a couple of swear words. That's how the workout went today. Not even Zara Larson could save me.
And when you don't follow the rules, that's when things start to get really, really ugly. Anxiety creeps in. You feel like you've failed, like you've let someone down, even though you don't know who. Life starts to feel heavy. You lose sleep, you lose focus, you lose direction. And eventually, all you can think about are those stupid rules. You become a prisoner, a puppet, a robot. You want to break free, but you don't know how. This is a loop that has been stuck on repeat in my life for the last 6 years. I know there's a way out. I've listened to countless podcasts. I've watched countless YouTube videos. I've watched countless reels of people sharing their stories, and I know that if they can do it, then I can do it too. I know it won't be quick. I know it won't be easy, but I know that I can do it, and so can everybody else. All you have to do is try. And I feel like this week was the first week that I was really, really ready to try. Although it sounds simple in theory, overthrowing that little bug president is not an easy task. He's manipulative, he's sneaky, he's very stubborn. But I truly believe with enough persistence, discipline, and self-awareness, anyone can come out the other side stronger. I believe that there are multiple phases a person must go through before they can truly change a behavior or a thought process. And phase 1 for me is awareness, acknowledging that something is wrong, admitting that I'm struggling, that I'm suffering, and I want out. This part is, well, messy. If you were to look on my timeline right now, this is the phase that I'm in. They smell so good. I wish you guys could give them a whiff. The reason this phase is messy is because it often comes with lots of tears, frustration, and very, very hard conversations. But once it's out in the open, something starts to shift. The cage doesn't break, but it starts to rattle. It's at this very moment when the cage starts to rattle that phase 2 begins, and that is the plan. Once I've acknowledged that something is wrong and I don't want to keep living my life like this anymore, that's when I start building a plan to take my life back, a plan to regain control. And even having a plan, even if it's just a simple one, it creates a small light at the end of the tunnel. And once I can see that light, I want to run toward it. But this time, I want to run toward it with intention, because I do feel like this is arguably the step or the phase that I have messed up on many different times now. Now, I won't go into great detail on what this plan is exactly, because I did do that in the last video, so I will leave that linked below if you would like to check it out. But this time, I've built a very organized plan with very structured steps on how to get there and when I want to get there by. All I can do now is hope that this plan sticks and I will actually be able to find my way out this time. Once the plan is created and you've acknowledged that there's a problem, that's when phase 3 begins, and that is the shift. This is the phase that I have yet to reach, but I have reached in other various struggles that I've been through. So I know I can do it here too. It's just the same story, written a little bit different with different chapters. Anytime I've gone through the transformation phase, example, with my excessive hand washing issue that I used to have when I was about 7 years old, I realized that it's not loud, it's not dramatic. In fact, it's very quiet, it's subtle, it's gradual. But it's there. I start laughing again, smiling again. I want to be more present, and I start noticing things I used to walk right past. And yeah, there are still hard days where I feel like I'm slipping backwards, but they happen less and they don't last as long. And that's how I know I'm moving forward. Same breakfast, different day. I'm taking those small steps. I'm climbing the tree that used to look impossible to climb, because this time I have the right gear and I'm strong enough and I'm ready to take on whatever challenge lies ahead. As cheesy as it is, having this belief is the determining factor.
My eyeballs, my poor eyeballs. But we did it. We finished all the B-roll and I cannot wait to get out on my run. I am itching to get out there.
One realization that I made this week is that mental health is a lot like physical health. There isn't a finish line. There's no fixing everything once and for all. It's cyclical. There are highs and there are lows. And for the longest time, I hated that. My type A firstborn perfectionist personality tried everything to control it. I didn't want the lows to come, so I would fight against the current instead of swimming with it. In fact, I didn't want the cycle to exist at all. I would try to pretend it wasn't there, like it wasn't going to be a problem. Trying to control it, however, only made me crash faster, because you get tired swimming against a current that is going the opposite direction.
The Gym Bros version of Muddy Buddies here. It's Catalina Crunch, cacao powder, the PB2 powder, and then a little bit of real peanut butter. Even better if you have some dark chocolate, but I'm currently out. And then I have some berries too. And yes, I am still editing. Y'all, I feel like doo-doo. Towards the last hour there of editing, I started feeling kind of off, and I'm hoping it's okay, but I think I might actually take like a 10 or a 20-minute nap. I don't know. I don't recommend taking naps at 9 p.m., but my body is telling me it needs it.
Almost, if not everything in life has a cycle. The weather, the seasons, our hormones, and yeah, even our minds. In fact, something that I think I've come to learn is that it would be silly of us not to think that these cycles don't exist. As my boyfriend Ethan always likes to remind me, Newton's third law states that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And I now wholeheartedly believe that to be true, even in the most abstract of things.
I did so bad at filming today, and I am sorry for that. I'm alive. I did go on my 12-mile down week long run, which was so hard because it was so warm out. And then I went and I just got back from door dashing. So Ethan is on his way home with food, and I'm excited to show you guys what we got for Friday night date night. We have been kind of flopping on the Friday night date night the last 2 weeks, so we decided we're going to treat ourselves and do 2 days of date nights, one today and one tomorrow. And I'm so excited for it. I've literally been looking forward to it all week. Here's a reminder, if you're in a relationship, to always make sure that you're taking a little bit of time for each other, because life gets busy, and make sure to schedule it. That's another pro tip there. Don't just automatically assume that it's going to be a free day, because we've done that before, and it often ends pretty poorly. But I just really wanted to fill you guys in because I feel like I did so bad today. It really was much of the same, so you were missing out on a whole ton. Also, I didn't do the greatest job of fueling, but I did in fact get a meal and like some snacks in. So maybe you could count it as a meal, but today was basically the first day that I think I officially can say that I did not meet my 3 meals a day goal. That sucks, but there's always tomorrow to do better, and that's what I'm gonna do.
So something that I want to really learn and practice is, instead of asking why me or will I ever be fully healed, I want to be asking, how can I be fully present in the here and now? How can I fully enjoy this moment without worrying about what low lies ahead?
Look who's finally home today.
About time. About time.
And somebody needs a bath.
Just about to stinky.
Something that my amazing mom reminded me of about a couple weeks ago was that when we live too far in the future, we're often anxious. And that is because we don't know what lies ahead. We try to plan for it, but we can't, because life is unpredictable and we don't know what God or whatever higher power you believe in may have in store for us the next day. On the opposite side of the spectrum, if we live too far in the past, we're often depressed. And I didn't really get an answer for this one, but my theory is that this is because our minds have a way of tricking us into forgetting all of the quote-unquote bad moments of the past. And we tend to really favor the good events that happened. And for that reason, when we look back, we think, oh my gosh, like those days were so much easier, when in reality, they weren't. They had different struggles. They had different things that we were worried about, and we just don't remember it. If you were to take a group of people, I would bet you $1 million that the people that are happiest are the ones that mastered the art of living in the present while still acknowledging the future and being able to look back on the past with fondness, but not so far back that it makes them sad.
What?
Just how many come and go. Like that.
It's better than a beeping alarm, I guess.
So as you can imagine, one of the things that I really want to become a master at is living in the present. I know, insert shock. I want to be able to make goals and set plans for the future, but not have them consume my every waking moment, to the point where when I'm doing a task, I'm already thinking about what lies ahead and what kind of battles I'm going to have to fight. And for the opposite, I don't want to look back on the past so much and overanalyze it to the point that I am completely torn from what I'm currently living in. I'm not taking anything in around me. I'm not looking at where my life is at today and finding gratitude in the fact that younger me would have loved to be here. And I do believe that is where my real answer lies. Not controlling the future, not replaying the past, but learning to sit in the uncomfortable, learning how to sit fully. And trust me, I am not good at sitting. Even when it's so uncomfortable that I just want to get up and run away, even when it's uncertain, even when it's hard, I really want to learn to be okay with the uncomfortable and stop trying to ignore it, stop trying to suppress it, because I feel like that is truly what holds a person back. I don't need to have everything figured out. I just need to keep showing up one day at a time. And my hope is that we are able to do this together. I know I cannot be the only one that really struggles with learning to live in the present, especially nowadays with a world full of constant instant gratification. It can be so hard to sit in your thoughts. And my only hope is that I'm able to show you that this doesn't have to be a lonely journey and we can do it together. For the entirety of this series, I really wanted to share my wins and losses because this will play a big part on the tweaks that I make. So number 1 was food. I do think I tried my best. Number 2 is running and fitness. I stayed very, very consistent and it felt amazing. Number 3 was I did make some time to chill. I went golfing, I went on walks, and it was great. The first loss was that I ate distracted pretty much every single meal. The second loss was sleeping in and going to bed late. As you guys know, this has been another huge battle of mine, so no surprise there. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along for week 1, and if you did, then please be sure to give this video a like, and if you would like to see more content like this, then please be sure to subscribe to the AP family. I love you all, and I will see you next week.